This is a quick supplemental video to the one I just put up about difficulty sliders in Doom: The Dark Ages. There's one more point I want to address, and that's the claim that the inclusion of difficulty sliders means the developers are being lazy about game balance. And that is an absurd assumption to make. Every preset difficulty is a set of values, enemy aggression, damage, etc. That's how it is in every difficulty in every Doom game. We just couldn't see what those values were. Now we can, and we can move them individually instead of just choosing the preset configuration under a difficulty name like Nightmare or Hurt Me Plenty. In the past 2 games, they have done their best to tune each difficulty accordingly to craft the challenge they wanted to present to us. In the Dark Ages, we have the same difficulty selections, and the idea that id Software has spent 5 years and who knows how many millions of dollars creating this giant game, but simply don't care this time about the preset difficulties balance? Come on, man. They know damn well that the vast majority of people aren't even gonna mess with these sliders, at least not at first. They're just gonna pick a difficulty and go from there. I mean, that's what I'm gonna do. The devs are not depending on every single player going into the sliders and custom creating their own experience right away. They have to deliver a specially crafted campaign challenge for every difficulty preset outside of slider consideration. We know that they know that. They're not just scooping out slop to put on our plates and say, "Here, you make it challenging, it's not our job anymore." Nothing in their track record suggests that they would treat their game's presentation so carelessly. I'm not saying the default balance will be perfect. It was pretty good in the last game, and in 2016 certain things on Nightmare were just stupid. We've seen Dread Knights doing triple damage through a bug, we've seen the blood punch glitch. Things are gonna slip by and be broken or not perfectly balanced, but it's not because they're including difficulty sliders and then just washing their hands of the entire balancing experience. The game looks huge, it looks ambitious and original, and the team looks really inspired by what they're making. I refuse to believe that Hugo simply doesn't care about getting the default difficulties right. I'm sure he does. Maybe for some experienced players, Nightmare won't be quite enough of a challenge for them. But how do you get Nightmare difficulty perfect for an audience of millions of different kinds of people, while also having your most elite and knowledgeable players from Doom Eternal going into the game already mentally prepared? Look, they'll get it as right as they can. And if it's not pushing you enough, isn't it nice that they're also giving you the ability to ramp certain aspects up? How about you look at it that way? How about instead of worrying that Nightmare won't be 100% perfectly balanced for every person who plays it, because they included difficulty sliders and that made them not care as much, instead of that, think about how Nightmare is probably going to be perfect for most people, and those of us who need a little more on top can actually have it this time around without having to use console codes and PC mods. Isn't that nice? Doesn't that make you feel good? Can you feel the way the muscles on the side of your face are moving? It feels great, right? That's what we call a smile. Go listen to a song you like. Walk down to the park and do some pull-ups. That chick who's always there walking her dog, you know, the one that wears a shirt of the band you like, she might be there today. You should finally say hi. Tell her you watch Under the Mayo on YouTube. That always breaks the ice. So let's chill with the accusations of lazy game design just because they're also giving us the ability to play with the game settings. Let's instead argue about the executions or speed or whatever else. But not this. This one needs to be buried and forgotten.
Adios, muchachos.